Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer, and welcome to a new playthrough video. Today I am going to be playing 5 Parsecs from Home. This is turn 9. This is actually the battle round. So in the previous video where I pre-rolled the sort of the setup, I'm going to be taking 5 of my crew. This is a small encounter, so I can't go at my full 6 capacity. I'm taking on 5 enemies. There are 4 down here, and I believe I put 1 right there. I've changed the video a little bit, or the angle a little bit, so maybe you can see better the overall view. Let me know what you think of this new angle. You can hopefully see my dice rolls, rules, and things like that. All right, my crew is set up over here. They are. The objective is to access a computer terminal, which is inside here, right there. And this is the first time I've used a building that needs to be accessed, so this could be interesting. They are tactical in nature, and so I'm looking at the rules right here, and it says for a tactical setup, you break them up into twos, and they have to be 8 inches apart. Well, the unique individual will operate on his own. So these two, there's a lieutenant and a specialist. The lieutenant is this one with the red base, although I doubt you'll be able to see that. He will be taking one of the thugs, and the specialist will have a thug with him. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start them 8 inches apart approximately, and I'll put the specialist in the center here to divide them up. Tactical says they're divided evenly. Teams are placed 8 inches apart. Team members should be 1 to 2 inches apart. So I need to put them 1 to 2 inches. All right. And because they're tactical in nature, there is a way they will behave, and I'm trying to remember where that is. There's a place where it describes how they will behave when they're fighting. It is on page 43. Let me write that down. I've been keeping track of all these things. Tactics is on page 43. All right. So for a tactical group, they will advance at half speed, always retaining cover where possible. They will cross open ground at full speed if needed. They will attempt to close within 12 inches of their opponents, then will move to outflank and get clear line of sight. So they're going to automatically try to get to the sides. If within 1 move and possessing higher combat skill, they will enter a brawl. Otherwise, they will fire. Most of them have laser weapons, so I don't think they're going to ever get close enough for the brawl, but who knows. If they have a clear shot and are in cover, they will remain in place to aim. Aim allows them to reroll 1s. Tactical enemies will attempt to remain within 3 inches of a friendly figure whenever possible. So they're going to stay in small groups here, and hopefully I can figure out how to break them down. By the way, the enemy, let me get my notes over here. The enemy has, they are Rage Lizard Mercs. I don't have lizard figs, so I'm using what I have. They are speed of 4, combat of +1, toughness of 5, except the lieutenant who has combat of 2. They all are carrying hand lasers. The hand lasers have a range of 12, if I remember right. Hand laser, 12 inches. Let me write that down, 12-inch range. So they're not going to be very good at long distances. So I might be able to soften them up with some of my long-range weapons. I also tend to think I want to get high because a few of my guys have really long-range weapons. Like the captain has a shell gun, which has a range of 30. The military rifle has a range of 24. The infantry laser has a 30 range. Now, the unique individual does have an infantry laser, so he has that range of 30 as well. And then Huala and Freak also have a range of 24. So I definitely am outgunning all of them except for the specialist and the lieutenant, who have marksman's rifles, which are the marksman's rifles are 36 inches. So they've got good range. They can see all the way across. The precursor has a speed of 7, and he always moves first during the quick action stage. So the first thing I need to do is see if I seize the initiative. So let me go ahead and get, if you want to follow along, I'm on the battle round, which is on page 112. I am going to roll 5 dice. Actually, no, seize the initiative is you roll 2d6, add the highest savvy, which is my robot, who has a savvy of +2, and I'm looking to get a roll of 10 or higher. I got a 7 + 2 is 9, so I did not seize the initiative. Let's see. The reaction roll. Here we go. Reaction roll. I'm looking for 1s and 2s. Oh, nice. I got all but a 3. So the 1, the 2, let's see. Reaction 2. Captain can get a 2. 6 can get a 2. Vey can get a 2. Who else? Huala. Huala needs the 1. And that will leave Freak to move during the slow phase. All right, so the unique individual can move 7, and he moves before the quick action. So he can move 7, and then if he sprints, he adds 2. So he can get 9 inches. And because he's tactical, he wants to stay in cover. So the best I can do 9 inches wise, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, that's 6. And then an additional 3 would put him, I could get him behind this tower on the other side. I could also get him, I could get him to the edge of the building and then up on the building. You know, if that were me, if I were playing that character with the long range weapon and the speed, I would do that. I would try to gain high ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my 6, or actually his move is 7, and then he can move an additional 3, which would get him climbing the side. So he's not quite up there yet, and he's got cover. So I'm gonna leave him there on the side. And now my guys will get to move. They obviously don't know about him, so they want to get to cover as well. I'm gonna get Vey. Let's see, Vey. I need to get in this building, so that's the primary thing, and I want my robot going in there because he's got the best chance of hacking it. So Captain is going to move. He can move. His speed is 4, which would get him 1, 2, 3, 4. It would get him right here, and then he can move an additional 2, so that'll put him right about here, and he's in cover. And I'm going to put his die at a 6 to indicate he has moved. Let's see. Let's get Vey. Vey has a needle rifle, so he does not have really long range. So he'll probably need to get in a little closer. He's going to go... His speed is 5. So now here's a question. If I get him over here, would he see him climbing? He might. Let me see. If I go 5, that would put him right here. Can I see Vey from there? No, it cannot. Okay, so Vey cannot see him. And Vey is going to move an additional 2. He can move under this pipe, so I'll just put him on this underside with cover. Huala, he's moved, and he doesn't have any line of shot. No, there's no clear line of fire. Huala can move 5, so he's going to stay in close. He can go 5, and then he'll move an extra 2. he'll move up to 2, and he is in cover. No, he can't see that guy. And then finally, it will be my robot who can move 4 plus 2 is 6. So he can get right up behind the captain. So he's going to go right up here. He's trying to access the terminal, which is inside here. All right, that is the end of the quick phase. Now the enemy phase go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the microphone so it's facing this direction. I'm going to come around to this side of the table. And I'm going to look and see. So keeping in mind their move speeds are 4. So they can move 4. And all right, they want to stay together and they want to flank me. So they're going to go this way. They're going to go this way. So moving 4 would get this one to right here behind this tower. Moving him 4 would get him right next to it. They can't, if they move out, they're not going to be in cover. And although they don't see anybody, I would just assume that I'm peeking around the corner, but I'm not going to make that move. So they're going to stay right here behind. And what they're going to attempt to do is hopefully get over here so they can shoot in this way. And same with these guys. They can move 4, which would put him right here. And the lieutenant can move 4. Actually, now the lieutenant can actually see my captain. Now he's in cover. I think he would take the shot. I would take the shot. Now the problem is, as the opponent, if he takes the shot, he cannot move again, which means I'm going to get a free shot on him hopefully next time. So I might want to move him into cover. If I take the shot now, the odds of me hitting the captain at this, well, no. Well, yeah, he can hit at that distance. The problem is the cover. He's only going to be able to hit on a 6 or higher. So, okay, so they know that I'm going, I think it's safe to assume they know I'm going for here. So he's going to want to get where he would be able to cover that door, which means if he gets right here, he can't see my captain, but he can see the door. So he's guarding that door. And I think that's going to be it for the slow phase, or the enemy phase. That leaves my one character here. I want him to go over here. Well, let's see. Let me move him. Freak has a move of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then another 2 would put him right here. And that is the end of turn 1. So, turn 2, there's no morale rolls to make. Nobody's been eliminated. So let me collect my dice. And we will roll for the phase. And remember, the unique guy gets to move first. I rolled no 1s and no 2s. So that is very unfortunate. All right, so quick phase. He will continue up, and when he gets here, he can see. He can barely see Vey. He can't see. Well, he can't see anybody, but he does have the upper. No, he can see the top of the head of Vey, and there's nowhere he can move where he gets a better shot on Vey. But if he moves to here, so let's say he can move 7, so he would be able to get here. He can see Freak. So, unfortunately, yes, I left Freak open. That's too bad. The unique individual has an infantry laser. So, let me check to see what this works. Infantry laser, range of 30. It is a snapshot. If it's within 6 inches, he gets +1. And unfortunately, he is within 6. But I'm in cover. So let's see how this works. Let me see. Okay. So firing. Within 6 is a 3 or higher, but he's covered within range, which is a 6+. Open target within range. Cover target 6. He's +2 combat. So he's going to roll a d6, and on a 4 or higher, he will hit. 4 or higher. He missed. He missed. So he only got a 5. So he missed. That is good for me. And that's taking into account the +1, +3. No, he did hit. He did hit. He's within 6, which gives him the +1 snapshot. And then he's also +2 combat, which is +3. So 3 + 3 is 6. He did hit Freak. Darn it. Okay. So to resolve this, is there anything I can do? Freak has a combat of +1, which doesn't really help. His toughness is 4, which is good. All right, so unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to have to. All right, so the way this works is, let me get to that page. I'm on page. What page is this? 44. So he hit. Now, I have to resolve the hit. If a character's hit, roll a d6. Add the damage rating of the attack. The damage of the laser is 0. So there's no modifier to the d6. If the result equals or exceeds the toughness or is a natural 6, it's a casualty. I rolled a 2. So he is fine. However, he did get hit. A roll that is less will push the target back 1 inch and stunned. So I've got these little red markers to indicate that he is stunned. There's no saving throw because he didn't get hit. So that is it for him. Unfortunately, it is now the enemy phase. So I've got to come around here. And I would assume that they all have communication. So he would tell his guys to maybe move up. So let's see. This guy wants to go to cover, and he can. If he sprints, he could get right here. And the lieutenant, I think the lieutenant will stay guarding that door. He will take a shot at that door as soon as I move on it. So I'm not sure yet how I'm going to resolve that. These two guys, if he moves 4 inches, even if he moves, 6, he can stay in cover, and he can fire at Huala, or he could fire at Freak. If he fires at Huala, Huala's the closest, so he would, he's got to be within 12 inches. Hold on. That is not my specialist. That is the Thug. Thug has a hand laser 12-inch range. Let me get my measuring tool here. Let's see. 12 inches. I think he's got it. Oh, yeah, he does. He's within 12, so he can fire. That is a snapshot, so he gets a +1. And he hits, his combat is +1. I am not in cover, but I'm beyond 6 inches, so that's a 5 to hit. He gets +1 for the weapon, which brings it down to a 4. And then his combat is +1, so that's a 3. So he needs a 3 or higher to hit. And I rolled a 6, which is a crit. But that weapon does not get a crit. So he did hit. Now, I have to make a toughness save. Huala's toughness is 4. So let's see. Does he do it? 2. Huala is knocked back 1 inch and stunned. Man. Okay. The other guy, well, he can move around, and I guess he would. Yeah, I'm gonna take the shot. I would. I got 2 stunned guys over here, so I would definitely do that. And that is my specialist, who has a marksman rifle. Marksman rifle has a range of. It's a heavy. He moved. So that means it's -1 on his 2 hit. Let me double check that, but I'm pretty sure the weapon on a heavy, -1 to hit. Okay. I'm in the open. He's going to aim at Huala. I'm in the open, but I'm beyond. I'm within range and in the open. So that's normally a 5+. But he's -1 to hit, which makes it a 6. And his combat is +1. So he needs to roll a 5 or higher to hit me. He rolls a 2 and he misses. Oh, okay. Now it is slow phase. So all of my guys are going to get to move. Vey is going to jump out here. He's still in cover, but now he can see unique individual up top. He was in hiding, and he has, what does he have? He has a needle rifle, 2 shots. He is +2 combat, but what is the bipod? I always forget. The bipod does something. I think that's if I don't move. Let me double check. The bipod. Weapon receives +1 at ranges over 8 inches when aiming or when firing from cover. When aiming or when firing from cover. Interesting. And is that over 8 inches? I don't know. No, it's not. It's within 8 inches. Okay. Is he within 6 inches? That's the interesting part. 6 would put it... He could get right here and still be in cover. And he's within... Well, no. Point to point, he would not be 6 inches. So, distance-wise, yes, but the elevation causes it to be more than 6. All right, so he's just going to be +2 to hit. He gets 2 shots. 2 shots. Is there any other benefits he gets? He's got to roll he's in the open, so that's 5+. Vey is +2 combat, so he's got to roll a 3 or higher to hit on the first shot. He does. Let's see if... all right, so he hit... The toughness of the unique individual is 4. And he has nothing. He has a 6+ saving throw, so we'll have to figure that out in a second. So his toughness is 4. Do I get through the toughness? I do. It's meet or beat it. And it's the saving throw. Here we go. Some combatants receive a saving throw. A successful saving throw means the hit has been deflected. So you roll a d6, and he saves on a 6 or higher. And he does not. A roll equal to or above the saving throw negates it. However, the deflection still leaves it. So he took the hit. He did not save it, so he is a casualty. Nice. I took out the unique guy. Nice. He had me kind of nervous there with that high ground. All right, Vey has another shot, but unfortunately he can't really take it because he's already moved, so he will lose that shot. Both of these guys are stunned, so they are going to... Well, hold on. Huala Huala's got 2 shots, and Freak has a 2-shotter. They're both combat +1. I think they would return fire, but they would get cover first. So Huala will move into cover, and he's still stunned. I don't know what that... I think does the stun go away? I can never remember the stun rule. Let me double check this real quick. The combat rules. Stunned. Stunned. Here we go. If a character is engaged in a brawl, the stun marker... So when does the stun marker go away? Only if they enter melee, it goes away. But when does it go away after that? That's the question. Let's see if I can find that. Reaction roll, running away, in phase, in battle. I'm not seeing it. I think it goes away at the end of this turn if he doesn't take another hit. So if you get 3 stuns on you, you're automatically out of the game. So he's going to take cover, and then he's going to fire at the specialist, who's really the only one he can see. The other guy's in cover. Well, he's going to aim at the one who's in the open. The specialist is combat +1, toughness of 5. All right, so the first shot that Huala makes, he's +1 combat. This is in the open, but beyond range and within range of the weapon. So that is a 5+. Or was it 6? Hold on. Open target within range is a 5+. So 5. He gets the +1 combat, so that's a 4. And 4 or higher will hit. His first shot is a miss, and the second shot is a miss. So he misses both shots. Next will be Freak. Freak has a 2-shot weapon. He also will... He's going to move over here into cover. But now he can aim at this other guy who's now in the open. And that's a 5. Freak is +1 combat, so same deal. 4s or higher. 4 hits. Miss. Second shot. Second shot misses. So they both missed. All right. Now it's time for my captain and the... So the captain saw them run across. So he knows he's got something over here. There's a little bit of cover that well, no, he doesn't know about this guy. Ooh, this is going to be tough. All right. The captain will go next. He has a move of 4, which I can get into cover right here. And I cannot see him. He's in full cover behind this building. So he's got cover. He's got full cover as well. The robot can move 4 + 2 is 6, so he can get over here behind the captain into cover as well. Hoping to see what they do. Moved. So that is it for the slow phase. Now, this is something I have been forgetting to do. There is a thing called a battle event, which happens at the 2nd and 4th round. End of the 2nd round, into the 4th round. So this is the end of the 2nd round. It's a D100. Green is high. That is a 60. 60 is environmental hazard. Select a random terrain feature. Any figure currently in, on, or within 1 inch of the feature must roll a D6 plus savvy and achieve a 5 or higher, or take damage +1 hit. What? Damage +1. Ignoring armor saves. The feature is safe afterwards. All right, so here's what we'll do. There are 6... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 key... No, 6, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. There is an enemy behind it, but he is not within 1 inch. No, it's the lieutenant. He's pulled back from it, so he's got the angle on the door. So he does not have to worry about the environmental hazard, which is too bad because it says enemies roll a d6 and have to roll a 4 or higher to avoid it. So he could have taken some damage. All right, time for initiative. 5 dice. I need some 1s and 2s here, guys. I got 2 1s and 3 3s. So I will give the 1s. I can only give these to Huala, Freak. Well, I can give it to anybody. I can give these to any of them. So I'm going to give it to... I'm going to give it to Huala. And I take the stunned away. And I'm going to give it to Freak and take the stunned away. And so they will get to go. The unique individual is out. Oh, I forgot to roll morale. Okay, hold on. So at the end of the turn, you roll 1d6 for each enemy that was removed, and they panic on a 1 or 2. I rolled a 2, so 1 does panic. It's the one furthest from my closest character, I guess, but it won't be a lieutenant or a specialist, so it has to be a thug. The only thug, there's a thug, and there's a thug. It's going to have to be one of the thugs, and so let me see who's closest. This thug is closest to, or he's 8 inches, actually he's 8 inches, 7.5 inches from Vay. And this one is not 10 inches from the captain. So this one flees the battlefield. That is helpful. Now it is my turn. All right. Huala is still in cover. He will shoot at the specialist before the specialist ducks into cover. He gets to roll 2 dice, and he hits on, normally he hits on a 5, but he's got +1 combat, so he will hit on a 4. And he does hit the first shot. The toughness is 5. I rolled a 4. So it does not get through his toughness. So he is stunned and knocked back an inch. But my second shot is a 3, which misses. All right. Next will be Freak. Freak will just step out. Can he stay in cover? He can't. Well, yeah, he can stay in cover, but he's going to also be shooting into cover. So you know what? I'm going to take a chance here. I'm going to step out. No cover. I'm going to do a straight shot at him. So he also hits on 4s. 5 plus 1. So first shot is a miss. Second shot is a hit. Does it get through his toughness of 5? It does not. But he's now got a second stun. It is now the enemy phase. He will obviously duck back into cover, back here behind this tower. Actually, you know what? No, he's supposed to be flanking. So what he could have done, he can double move up here behind cover. If he moves, 4 plus 2 is 6. Can he get there? Yeah, he can. He's going to run up here behind cover. He's behind this, facing the door. He wants to cover that door. That's what I'm supposed to be preventing. If I were them, I'm trying to prevent me from getting in this building. So that's probably the best place since I'm in cover and I've got a direct eye on the door. Okay, who's left? This thug will try to get to cover, so he's going to get closer. He can go 4. He can go to cover, which he can get to right here. He is in cover. The lieutenant can go a full 6 inches, which would get him into cover here. So they're trying to get closer to guard me here. And that is the end of the enemy phase. The captain and 6 saw the movement, but they have no... Well, the 6 could go over here and shoot him from behind. But if I lose 6, I'm going to lose the ability to hack that terminal. Let me think about that. They've already moved, so they get 6s. They've moved. Vey knows he's back here because Walla would have said, you got a guy on the opposite side of the vent. But Vey's sort of my hero. He could run over there and take a shot. So I think I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna risk Vey, which I'm gonna regret this if it's bad. Vey's gonna sneak around behind him, point blank. So it's a 3+. He has 2 wounds, so just one more will take him out. If I just hit him, it'll take him out. Vey is +2 combat, so 3. A 1 is a natural miss, so you can't roll. I believe for a hit you cannot roll a 1. I think a 1 is a natural fail. Let me double check that. Some of these games it is, and some of these games it's not, and I always forget. It does not say that a natural 1 is a miss. Roll a d6, add combat skill. Okay. Yeah, so he's going to hit. He's got to hit roll a 3, and he's got +2. So the first shot is a 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. It hits. Does it get through his toughness of 5? It does not, but it doesn't matter because he gets his 3rd stun, which means he is out. So I'll get a morale roll for that one. And he moved, so I need to indicate that. Can he see anybody? No, too crowded. Again, I'm risking. They need to make the run for that door. The door I had ruled does not require hacking. It just automatically opens and you go in. If the captain makes a run straight for the door, he can get in 1 inch. He can get inside. But my robot would not. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the lid off. I'm going to remove the door. And I'm going to have the captain haul butt. He'd be right there. He'd be right here on the edge of the door. Which is unfortunate because now this guy can shoot at him. So That was a dummy. I didn't even think about that. He's now open to that guy. So I don't have a choice here. Now, that guy already moved, so it's okay. I may have another chance for this. Do I want 6 to move? 6 has a +2 combat and a tough... I'm going to do it. 6 is going to try... He's going to go, Captain, I cannot let you get hit. He's going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which puts him right here. He can see the guy. He's within 3 inches. So it's 3+. He hits on a 2. He has +2, so he's going to hit. And he gets 2 shots. First shot is a miss. Well, no, 1 + 2 is 3, so that's a hit. And second shot is a crit. But it doesn't matter. His weapon doesn't crit. So I've got 2 hits on this same guy. And his toughness is a 5. So does either one get through? Neither one gets through, so he's got 2 stuns on him. And that is it for my crew. Now I roll initiative. That was the end of turn 3. I need some 1s and 2s here, or I'm going to be in some... I may be in some trouble. I got a 1 and 2 2s. So I'm going to give the 1 to 6, because he's got to get that guy wiped out. And the 2 will go to the captain. And does Vay get a 2? I can give Vay a 2 to get up here. So that will do that. So the robot's going to get to go right now. He's plus 2. Both hit. I'm looking for a toughness to beat a toughness of 5. I have to roll a natural 6. I did get a natural 6. So this guy goes out. I forgot to do the morale roll, but it doesn't matter. That would have been the only thug, and he would have run anyway if I'd have lost. So took him out, and he gets moved to a 6. Unfortunately, it looks like the lieutenant might be able to take a pot shot at him. The captain will move to the terminal. The rules say for access... Let's see, where is it? This access, okay. Once there, you must gain access. It requires a roll of 1d6 plus savvy. The captain's savvy is 0. A combat action is required, so he can at least make the roll right now. So I need a 6 or higher, and he failed it. So the captain did not get it. He did go. And then Vay is going to move his full. Vay moves 5 plus 2 is 7. So 6 and another inch would get him right over here. He's trying to flank the lieutenant. If I were the lieutenant, if this were me, I would be booking it. If this were my crew, I would want to save my lieutenant. But we'll play it out as they're like, don't come back. Either, if you can't win, don't come back. Don't bother coming back. So unfortunately for me, he can step back. And yes, he will get a shot at... He's got the infantry laser. No, he's got just the marksman rifle, which is a range of 24. He's within range. It's only got 1 shot. It is a heavy, so he got -1 to hit because he had to move to get to him. He's got cover, which is a 6+. Actually, hold on. No. Open target within covered target within range is a 6. His combat is +1, which knocks it down to a 5. But then he moved, which adds subtracts a 1. So he's got to roll a natural 6 to hit my robot, and he did not. So I believe the morale roll is made for the lieutenant only if he's the last creature standing. These 2 guys will move now, and so they would just move towards the door to try and protect the captain. That's it for the slow phase. Now we roll to see if the lieutenant would book. On a 1 or 2, he rolls a 6. He's standing his ground. So I still have to play this out. So I'm going to roll 5 dice for initiative. This is the end of round 4, by the way. So let me roll a battle event. These battle events can really ruin your day. That is a 5. Renewed effort. The enemy is making a concerted effort to push you back. For the rest of the battle, after all enemy figures have acted, Select a random figure that may immediately take a second move and second combat action. So that's going to apply to him if I don't win this initiative roll. He'll get 2 moves and 2 combat actions. All right, so here we go. I got a 1 and 2 2s. So he is in the open. So I'm going to take a shot, and I'm going to give the 2 to 6. I'm going to give the 2 to Vey, and the 1 will go to, I'll give him to Huala. There we go. All right, so first up will be 6. 6 is going to move forward, so he's within 6 inches. There is no cover, so he hits on a 3 or higher, and his combat is +2, so he's going to hit. So he rolls twice, he hits, and the toughness is 5 for the lieutenant. I need to roll a natural 6 to kill him, and I did not get it, but I did put 2 stuns on him. Vey will move next. He will come around the corner and move as close as he can. Unfortunately, he does have cover, which is 5. He's within cover. No, it's a 6. Open target. Target within range but cover. 6+. Vey has combat of +2, so he needs a 4 or higher to hit. He's going to fire twice, and he misses both times. Oh. And Huala can't get there in time. Huala will move up and around and stay he'll go into cover. And that is that. So unfortunately, this guy is going to get a move and a shoot and a move and a shoot. So he will shoot at the guy who is obviously open, who is my robot. He hits, his combat is +1. He's within range 3, so he needs a 2 or higher, and he rolled a 6, so he definitely hit. And does he get through my toughness of 5? He does not, but I do get a stun marker on the robot. I think robots can be stunned. So he's going to move further back. He's moving. You know what? He'll move back here for cover, and he will shoot. But now he needs a 6 or higher to hit, because I'm in cover and he's more than 5 inches, more than 6 inches. But he's got +1 to hit. So he will hit on a 5 or higher. He does not. Yes, he does. That's a 5. So that is a 5. Hold on. He hits on a 6. It's not an open target. He hits on a 6, but he's got +1 to hit, which means I needed to roll a 5 or higher. I rolled a 4, so he did not hit. That's okay. It is now my turn. I don't have... Freak will move in to help the captain. The captain will try to make the roll of, D6 plus savvy, so it's just a D6. And I think he needed a 5 or higher to crack it. Let's see, where was it? Access. Scoring a 6 or higher. What did I roll on that initial roll? I don't think I rolled a natural 1. I hope I didn't. Let's roll again. I need a 6 or higher here, and I got a 3. So he still failed it. Freak can try. It says every character can try once. So Freak's. Let's see. Freak has a savvy of 0, so he needs a 6 or higher, and I missed. That is it for all of my heroes. All the slow ones. So now it is initiative, and I need initiative. I got a single 2, which what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign that to 6. Yes, he has a reaction of 2. So 6 is going to move first, and he is going to get out of line of sight of that guy who's going to get 2 actions and 2 moves. Guess what? He can see Vey, which was I just moved it there and didn't even think about it. So he can see Vey. He will shoot. He's within, is he within 6? Yes, he is. So that's a 3+, and he's +1 to hit. So he hits on a 2 or higher, and he rolled a natural 1, so he missed. But he gets a second shot. And I think he would take it. Or would he move to cover? You know, I'm going to move to cover because if it were me, I know I've got all them gunning for me next. So I would get into cover to lose these stunned markers on my next turn. And now it's my turn. I'll roll to see if each one of them gets the 6 they need. 1 does. So the captain manages to hack it. So I met the objective. All right, so they're gone. Let me see. So I met the objective. There's no morale roll made because you only do that the one time you lose. So he's fighting to the death. So I got to figure out how to flank. All I need is one more hit on him, and he's out. I'm going to take a chance, and I'm going to move Huala. And Huala will take a shot. Huala is he within 6? He is just within 6. But you know what? He can move 5, so he'll make sure it's within 6. He hits on a 3 or higher, and Huala is +1 combat, so he needs 2s or higher. 2 hits. Does it get through his toughness of 5? It doesn't matter because it doesn't matter because he got his 3rd and final stun marker, so he is out. So I met my objective, and I held the field, and I took no casualties, which was awesome. That was fun. You know, it's hard to play a game against an enemy that's not human controlled. I'm trying to think, if I were that player, what would I be doing? I obviously was at a disadvantage with their hand weapons. The 2 thugs had to get within 12 inches, so I had the range on them. They did move close, but they just never had the opportunity to really use those weapons against my guys. I stayed in cover as much as I could. Freak and Huala, unfortunately, were out in the open when these 2 guys did what they were supposed to do, which was to flank, but their rolls just didn't add up. They did manage to stun me, each one of them, but it wasn't enough. It was very lucky that I took out the unique specialist when I did because he had the high ground, and at that point, he could hit all of my guys with the exception of the captain and Freak. But once they moved over here, I think he would have been able to shoot at them as well. Plus, he had that +2 combat, which is not good. So all in all, I'm feeling pretty good about this. If I had played the enemy, I you have to decide, how aggressive are you going to be? I was trying to play tactically based on what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to stay within range of each other, although the lieutenant did not. He ordered the other guy to move forward. I covered the door because that's what I would have done. I would have assumed that would be the entrance since I knew I had 2 guys over here. I was assuming they were coming in this way. So yeah, it's very hard to play a game like this against yourself. I've had a few people speak up and say, "Oh yeah, it's so easy to play a game like this when you're controlling the AI." Well, you do the best you can, but ultimately, here's how I play. I don't like to lose. I want to win. So, if I use a story point here to twist the story in my favor, that's fine because what I'm doing is I'm trying to continue the story of my crew. I want them to win. I want to give them as much advantage as I can. I don't want to make it super easy, but then again, they're the heroes of this show. And so I want to make sure that, they win as much as I can. So, if you want to play it death to the crew and play it super, super hard, I guess you could. I'm not sure how I could have taken these 5 bad guys. And now, granted, if I were playing them and I weren't locked into that tactical description, I don't know if I would have split them up. But it said they had to be 8 inches apart, no more than 1 inch apart from each other. The unique individual operates on his own. So, if I were running them as my own crew, I wouldn't have split them up like I did. I probably would have taken my unique individual and been a lot more stealthy with him. But it said, he gets to go first, so he wants to move his maximum. So I got him into the fight. and unfortunately, it lost. It ended badly for him. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick break, and then I will do the post-game rolls for this particular battle, and then this battle will be over. I'll be back in a minute. All right, time for the post-battle rolls. Now, in the pre-battle rolls, I earned 3 XP for training purposes. I got 1 for some sort of, the downtime was +1, and then 2 of my guys each got an XP for training. So what I'm doing is I'm going to give 2 of that to Huala, which takes him up to 5, and I'm going to give the extra one to I'm going to give that to the captain. He'll go up to 4. So that is before I do my post-battle rolls. There is no rival. If you fought an opponent that isn't a rival and held the field, roll 1d6. On a roll of 1, the type of opponent you just fought becomes your rival. I rolled a 6, so that is not a rival. No rival so far. Resolve patron status. If you succeeded, you may add the patron to your list of contacts. So I do have +1 patron, which will help future rolls when finding another job. When you travel to a new planet, all patrons become unavailable. Okay. So determine the quest. If you just fought a battle that was part of a quest, I did not. Get paid. Here we go. So you roll a 1d6, and it says if you won the mission by completing your objective, treat any roll of 1 or 2 as a 3. If you did a patron job, add pay bonus to the danger pay. I did not do a patron job. So anyway, I don't get to keep the patron. Sorry, that's false. I forgot I was not doing a patron job. All right, so you roll a d6 for the credits. I rolled a 4, but because I did this objective, it had a +3. It had a +3. Where was it? It was a +3 extra pay. So I got +7 credits, which is nice. Let's see, where else? Get paid, I did. Battlefield fines. Did you hold the field? I did. Roll a D100. I rolled an 86, which is vital info, invasion evidence. Turn in this information to get a corporate patron automatically on this world. If the enemy is an invasion threat, you instead find invasion evidence. It's not. If so, earn 1. Okay, so I automatically get a plus corporate patron, and those pay better. They have better benefits. They have a whole bunch of extra good stuff. So that's cool. I got a corporate patron. I still would have rather had a weapon, but whatever. Check for invasion. If the enemy you battled is an invasion threat, it is not. Gather the loot. Oh, that's right. I get the laser pistol, which was at the center. Machine pistol. So I got a machine pistol as because I did the hacking of the terminal. Oh no, the machine pistol was notable site loot. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to roll where it was located. Doesn't matter. I held the field, so I would have gotten it. So I found the machine pistol. I did the access to the terminal, which was just to win the objective. So gather the loot, page 131. Well, D100. I rolled a 29, which is damaged weapon. All right, damaged weapon. What type of weapon is it? Roll on the weapons category twice. Oh, so you get 2. Nice. Both items were... All right, so the first one, we'll go 1, 2. The first one is a 94, which is a grenade. Yeah, great. And the second one is 11, which is a slug weapon. What type of grenade is it? All right, so let's roll for the slug weapon first. That is a 60, which is a shotgun. And the grenade type is... Where's grenades? Grenades are 41, which are 3 frac grenades. I already have some of those, and I keep forgetting to bring them into battle. I need to do that. Now, these are damaged, so I'll have to repair them. And the shotgun is damaged. I don't think you can sell damaged equipment, so I won't be able to sell those right now. Determine injuries. Didn't have any. Experience. Here we go. So, no casualties. Survived and 1. So all get plus 3 XP. First character to inflict a casualty was Vey. Vey got plus 1 for the first kill. He got the unique individual. Did you kill a unique individual? Plus 1. Character. So he gets another plus 1 for the unique. So he's cleaning up, and that is it for XP. I'm not going to worry about ability increases right now because I haven't added up all the XP to figure out who can do what. So we'll move on. I'm not doing advanced training. I don't have enough money. Purchase items. You may pay 3 credits to receive a roll on the military weapon table, the gear table, or the gadget table. You may sell up to 3 undamaged items, earning 1 credit each. So I am going to sell the machine pistol. Sell the machine pistol for plus 1 credit. I can't sell the grenades or slug weapons. Do I have any? I have a colony rifle. I'm going to sell that. Just an extra one. Sell the colony rifle for plus 1. So now I'm up to 9 credits for this game. Or earning. Is that all I can sell? That looks to be it. Oh, you know what? I found a personal trinket. It says roll 2d6 on a 9 plus on a new world. I get some sort of reward. So let's roll a 9 or higher. I got a 6, so the trinket does not happen. I also have 2 of them, so I get to roll again. And that's a 7. So nothing on the trinkets. I think that's all I'm going to do. So I have 9 credits. I will pay minus 3 credits. So I'm back down to 6 for a military weapon roll on page 20 to receive a roll on the military weapon table on page 2829. All right, here we go. Military weapons. Roll a D100. That's a 25, which is a military rifle. I don't need it. Let's see. Let me see what it is. Military rifle. 24-1. Nap. I'm going to sell it. I'll go back up to 7. So I'm not even going to worry about that. Paid 3, made 1 back. So minus 3 for a rifle. Sell it. And that's that. All right. That's all purchase. I could spend another 3, but I'm not going to. Roll for a campaign event. Roll a D100. All right. That is a 100, a natural 100, which is, in hindsight, it'll make a great story. Select a crew member who was a casualty last battle. They receive plus 1 luck. If nobody got hurt, receive plus 1 story point. So plus 1 story point, which brings me up to, I believe, 5, because I got 4. I got an extra one when it became the 9th turn. I didn't use any this game, by the way. And then you roll for a random character and roll a D100 for a special. All right, so I have 8 characters. I'm going to roll a D10. I'll re-roll 9s and 10s. And I'm just going to number my character 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so a 3, which is Droon. Droon has a special character event, which is a 49. This is on page 129. You pick up an unusual hobby, earn plus 1 story point, and the character talks about it constantly. If the character is a swift or precursor, they get 2 XP. Droon is a feral, so I get another story point. Nice. So plus 1 story point. And check for Galactic War. If you are tracking any planets that were invaded, roll 2d6. I am not. So that is it for the post-game rolls. I will clean up my crew roster and make this available. The link will be in the video description below. This one will be labeled something like post-battle 9 roster or something along those lines, so you can see where my crew is. It will also contain any XP that I've spent to upgrade their skills. I always include notes for my battles, so you'll be able to read a summary of what I just did, plus all these post rolls so that you can follow along. All right, that's it. That was fun. I haven't... that game went really right for me in so many ways. All right, the Crew of Planks variable will be back for another battle very soon. The next video in this series will be the pre-rolls for turn number 10. So I hope you'll join me for that. If you're not playing 5 Parsecs from home, you really should be. It's just a really cool solo game. All right, that's it. This is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me. Everybody, take care.